Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like something was adding years to your face? For many older men, it's not just wrinkles or gray hair. It's a dated haircut that quietly ages the whole face. After the age of 60, even the smallest detail in how you present yourself can shift how people see you and, more importantly, how you feel about yourself. But here's what most men don't realize. The wrong haircut doesn't just make you look tired. It actually emphasizes aging in ways you don't even notice. Like highlighting thinning areas, dragging down facial features, or clashing with your natural hair texture. Today, we're diving into 6 specific haircuts that older men consistently say make them look and feel decades younger. These are not trendy celebrity looks or styles that only work on a magazine cover. These are time-tested, real-world cuts chosen by men in their 60s, 70s, even their 80s, and they're rooted in what stylists, psychologists, and even researchers say makes people appear more youthful. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and felt like something's off, but couldn't put your finger on it, this video is for you. Stick with me, because the right haircut might be the easiest way to reclaim your confidence, dignity, and that spark people notice the second you walk into the room. Let's get started. Number 1, the tapered classic cut. The tapered classic cut is one of the most powerful ways an older man can instantly look cleaner, more alert, and up to 20 years younger. And it works because of how it balances structure and softness. This haircut keeps the sides neatly trimmed, but not too short, with a gradual taper that creates the illusion of lift and facial symmetry, while leaving just enough volume on top to add height without looking forced. It's a favorite among barbers for men over 60, especially those with some graying or thinning, because it draws attention upward, subtly lengthening the face and restoring a sense of youthful energy. From a psychological standpoint, this style conveys clarity, dependability, and vitality, 3 qualities that younger generations instinctively associate with health and confidence. When Harold, a 74-year-old retired postal worker from Minnesota, switched from a long overgrown style to a tapered cut, his granddaughter told him, "Grandpa, you look like you just got out of the army," with a smile that made the change worth it. The beauty of this haircut is that it doesn't try to make you look like someone you're not. It just refines what's already there and lets your natural presence shine. It's especially effective for men whose hair has started thinning near the temples or crown, because the taper draws the eye to the edges of the face, not the scalp. And here's the subtle trick: when people notice the outline of your head and jaw, more than the top of your hair, it automatically makes you look stronger and more defined. This haircut doesn't scream, "I'm trying to be young again." It quietly says, "I've still got it," and that's far more powerful. Number 2, the textured crop. The textured crop might not sound revolutionary, but when done right, it can completely change how people see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. This cut works by adding short, uneven layers on top that create movement, volume, and a natural lift, especially helpful if your hair has started to flatten or recede. The magic of this haircut lies in its imperfection. It's designed to look relaxed and slightly tousled, which makes it feel effortless, low maintenance, and surprisingly modern. And here's the deeper psychology: when someone sees texture in your hair, their brain picks up on vitality, motion, and resilience, traits we subconsciously associate with youth and emotional presence. It subtly disrupts the flat, lifeless look that many older haircuts fall into, and instead brings a kind of controlled spontaneity, almost like a spark of energy on the crown of your head. For older men who've started to feel invisible in public settings, stores, restaurants, or even family gatherings, this haircut gently reclaims some of that attention. But in a quiet, confident way. A 68-year-old man named Dennis from Colorado recently switched to this style after years of wearing his hair long and straight. And he told his barber, "I didn't know I could still look interesting." And that's the heart of it. This cut doesn't make you look like a different person. It reminds you that the man who once stood out is still right there, just waiting to be seen again. The textured crop also allows for a little personality. Depending on how you style it day to day, more pushed forward, slightly spiked, or even swept lightly to the side. It gives you room to play without requiring constant maintenance or products. And here's the kicker: people will notice that something's changed, but most won't be able to name it, and that's when you know it's working. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, the side-parted pompadour. This one's a throwback, but with a purpose. The side-parted pompadour takes a classic silhouette and breathes new life into it, using volume, polish, and structure to pull the face upward and outward. When done right, it works. Like architectural support for your appearance. Lifting the forehead, defining the cheekbones, and creating the illusion of energy and sharpness even in a tired face. Why does this matter so much after 60? Because as we age, our facial features naturally start to soften, jawlines blur, eyes droop, and skin loses its firmness. This haircut pushes back against that without a single drop of Botox. It tells the world I'm still standing tall. The side part itself is crucial, not just for aesthetics, but psychologically. It signals intention, order, and self-respect. It creates lines on the head that mirror the lines of a tailored jacket or crisp collar, and these visual cues make people perceive you as more competent, elegant, and yes, at least 10 years younger. But more than the science, there's something personal that happens when a man with graying hair chooses to wear it in a style with structure. It says, "I've still got something to say." A 72-year-old named William from Illinois used to keep his hair buzzed out of habit, quick, easy, no fuss. But when his granddaughter told him he looked like everyone else in the nursing home, he took a chance, grew it out, and got a modern side-part pompadour. The next week, he said he was treated differently everywhere he went. At the pharmacy, at the library, even at church. Why? Because we often treat others based on how they treat themselves. And a haircut like this communicates value, dignity, and presence without a word. So if your hair still has a bit of volume and you're open to keeping it neat, don't underestimate this one. Just a slight lift in the front, a clean side part, and a little care with the styling, and you'll be surprised how often people look twice and how good it feels when they do. Number 4, the classic taper with a natural finish. Some things never go out of style, and the classic taper is one of them. It's clean, and it works with your age, not against it. The reason it helps older men look so much younger isn't because it tries to hide anything, but because it balances restraint and refinement. This cut keeps the sides and back short, gradually fading into longer hair on top, but without sharp edges or aggressive lines. The overall effect? Controlled ease. Like someone who knows what he's doing, but doesn't feel the need to shout about it. Psychologically, this is important. After 60, people often assume men become either careless or invisible. But when someone sees you with a haircut that's intentionally styled, not stiff, not trendy, just present, they unconsciously reassess your age, your energy, even your relevance. You suddenly seem sharper, more engaged, more aware. It's a trick of the eye, yes, but also of the brain. James, a 76-year-old former engineer from Pennsylvania, switched from a shaggy, overgrown look to a neat taper last year. He didn't think much of it at first, just wanted something easier to maintain. But he noticed people at the coffee shop started making more eye contact. His daughter said he looked like he'd come back to life. And his friends at the senior center kept asking where he got it done. The haircut didn't make him 20 again, but it made him visible again. And when we feel seen, we sit straighter, we speak with more certainty, and we re-enter the world instead of retreating from it. Now, if you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, the side part with volume on top. There's something remarkably youthful about a man who wears a soft side part with a little height. It doesn't scream. It doesn't try too hard. It just lifts the face, opens the features, and brings a touch of energy back into the eyes. And when you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, that slight elevation on top can make all the difference in how people perceive your age. Volume suggests vitality, and combined with a gentle part, it adds structure without stiffness. But here's why this works especially well for older men. As we age, our hair often thins or flattens. That can subtly drag the face downward, making you appear tired or withdrawn. Adding lightness on top counteracts that gravitational pull. It visually lifts the brow, balances out any jowling around the jawline, and restores symmetry. And because it's such a timeless style, it never looks out of place. Whether you're going out to dinner, attending a wedding, or just running errands. Ronald, a 68-year-old retired firefighter from Michigan, used to wear his hair combed straight down. It was practical, sure, but it made his strong features look dull and heavy. After switching to a side part with a bit of lift, his neighbors thought he'd started exercising. His niece even asked if he had a new girlfriend or something. That's how powerful small visual cues can be. They make people reevaluate you. They make you reevaluate yourself. There's also a psychological shift here. When you style your hair with intention, even something as subtle as a part, it sends a message to your brain, I still matter. And that's not vanity. That's presence. That's resilience. That's grace with a bit of edge. Number 6, the textured short crop. For older men looking to shed years without shedding their dignity, this cut delivers every single time. A textured short crop isn't flashy, and that's its strength. It frames the face cleanly, adds density where hair is thinning, and gives off a look of effortless neatness. But more than that, it creates a sense of motion. And movement in your hairstyle, especially when you're in your 70s or beyond, communicates energy, alertness, and presence. Why does it work so well? Because as we age, hair often loses its fullness and can become lifeless. A short crop with layered texture reintroduces that dimension. It gives the illusion of thickness even where strands are fine, and it adds personality without requiring daily maintenance. Plus, when the sides are just slightly tapered and the top is tousled ever so slightly, it balances the face and draws attention to the eyes, not the wrinkles. Take someone like Robert, a 74-year-old retired math teacher from Pennsylvania. He'd worn the same flat top since 1982. His grandchildren said he reminded them of old game show reruns. Then his barber, after a bit of convincing, trimmed his sides and ran his fingers through the top with a little matte styling paste. The result? His own daughter asked if he'd gotten new glasses. He hadn't, but his whole face looked lifted, more modern, more open. That's the quiet power of the textured short crop. And let's not ignore the emotional payoff. When a man shifts from a dated style to one that aligns with who he feels like on the inside, something unlocks. It's not about hiding age, it's about reclaiming expression. The textured crop doesn't pretend to be young. It simply says, I'm still evolving. I'm still awake. I'm still in this life with both feet. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. So, when you think about it, hair is never just hair. It's a reflection of how we see ourselves and how others see us too. And the truth is, after 60, every small choice matters even more. Choosing the right haircut isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring who you are today, with the wisdom and the fire you've earned through the years. It's about letting your outside match the energy that's still very much alive inside. Whether you lean toward a sharp fade, a textured crop, or a relaxed layered style, the real goal isn't just to look younger, it's to feel more like yourself. More vibrant, more awake, more ready to meet the next season of your life with your head held high. And sometimes all it takes is one good haircut to remind you that the best chapters might still be waiting to be written. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.